Bob Mason from FX Empire, and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance, and pivot levels, and the Fibonacci's. It is Wednesday, the 21st of April. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bearish start to the day here. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 55,636 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 57,935. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out through yesterday's high, 57,099. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 58,000 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target 60,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 59,398. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 54,173 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 53s. Second major support level sits at 51,874. Looking at the MACDs, we have a narrowing of the bullish histograms, so need to keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. Look out for a bearish cross. On the EMAs, the 50 has pulled back marginally from the 100 and the 200. Still a bearish indicator. So key through the early part of the day would be for Bitcoin to avoid the pivot at 55,636 and break back through to 57,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, positive start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 2246 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 2437. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through to 2400 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum target last week's new swing high 2548 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2541. The fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2141 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should still well clear of the second major support level at 1950. We've got the 38.2% fib at 1966 to limit the downside. On the MACDs, we have a slight narrowing of the bullish histograms through the turn of the day, but nothing suggestive of a bearish cross, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50s closing in on the 100 and the 200, with the 100 looking to cross through the 200, so that's supporting upside through the day. So key through the early part of the morning, avoid the pivot at 2246, break through to 2400 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels will come into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, positive start to the day here. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fallback through the 23.6% fib at 262 and a fall through the pivot at 257 to support a run at the first major resistance level. You're sitting at 280. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from yesterday's high, 276.47. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, we've got the second major resistance level at 300 to cap any upside on the day. A fallback through the 23.6% fib and a fall through the pivot at 257 would bring the first major support level at 238 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of the 38.2% fib at 217. Second major support level sits at 215. Looking at the MACDs, we have a narrowing of the bullish histograms through the turn of the day, suggestive of some downside ahead. On the EMAs, the 50 has pulled back marginally from the 100 and 200, with the 100 closing in on the 200, suggestive of some downside through the morning. So key through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the 23.6% fib at 262 and avoid a fall through the pivot at 257 to support a run at that first major resistance level at 280. Failure to do that, and support levels are in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, it's been a mixed start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fall through the pivot at 1.3356 to take a run at the first major resistance level, staying at 1.4980. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high of 1.44778. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and the 23.6% fib at 1.5426 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 1.6 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1.6101. Fall through the pivot, we'll bring the 38.2% fib at 1.2807 and the first major support level at 1.2235 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should continue to avoid sub ones. Second major support level at 1.0611 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, we've had a narrowing of the bullish histograms through the turn of the day, tracking the broader market. On the EMAs, the 50 is holding its ground on the 100 and the 200, but still a bearish indicator. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 1.3356, break through yesterday's high 1.44778 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, support levels are in play.